What are your specific revenue goals for the next 6 to 12 months? How many additional jobs or projects will you need to do each month to get to that goal? What problems are preventing you from reaching those goals at the moment? A lot of businesses who want to grow struggle with getting enough genuine customers to reach their goals. In this video, I want to walk you through our system, which can help you reach your goals by bringing you more genuine remodeling customer appointments every month. I want to show you how we're getting qualified bathroom remodeling estimate appointments booked for you without wasting time on appointments you don't want. You don't want people who are just price shopping. You don't want people whose projects are going to be 3 years out. You want quality appointments with people who are ready to remodel their bathrooms now. And that's what our system produces. The whole goal of this video is for me to show you how this system works to bring in those appointments and absolutely fill up your calendar with the properly qualified people who want their remodeling project done within a reasonable time frame and are willing to spend a realistic budget. I want to start by explaining to you what we call a high-quality project and a high-quality appointment, because it's not the same for everybody. I just want to get on the same page with the kind of quality appointment you're after. What we call a high-quality project is someone who gets properly vetted for the size of their project. What size is the remodeling project? What is it going to look like? What's the timing of the project? Do they want to go ahead within the next 90 days, or are they just price shopping? Do they have the budget, or are they unrealistic about what it will cost them? Then finally, will they actually show up to their appointment? This is what we call a high-quality appointment. The right-size project, who want it started in the next 90 days, who have the budget either through cash or finance, and who will actually show up to their appointment. We built our system around getting a ton of these high-quality appointments booked on the calendar as quickly as possible, and we guarantee it with our system. So I just want to go ahead and now show you the details of that system. I want to show you from end to end. I want to show you from what they see on the front end, where they get attracted and qualified, all the way over to what happens to pull them into appointments. I want to walk you through all those steps, so let's go ahead. We'll start with how we actually attract them in. We use our proven YouTube and Facebook ad system. One reason we use both YouTube and Facebook is because you get different types of buyers on both platforms, so you get a broader scope of people. We can also retarget on both platforms. So if they're on Facebook, then they hop over to YouTube, they still see us on both platforms. All of the copy or content we run for our ads is heavily qualification driven. We focus on getting them in through the right type of emotional state. We don't try offering a free bathroom or anything crazy like you might have seen with others trying. That doesn't lead to quality appointments. We focus on the core things that matter to someone who's a proper buyer. They want someone who's top rated. They want someone who has reviews behind them and has customers who say, yes, I like what they've done and they're going to do a good job for you. They want someone who has the ability to offer some sort of flexible financing if it's required. So we get that in front of them on both Facebook and YouTube. When they see that ad, they go ahead and click on it. Then they get pushed into our pre-qualifying project assessment tool. The purpose of this tool is to qualify them for the scope of their project, their timeline, and their budget. When they enter all that information in, we then have them commit to the estimate. We ask them, are you interested in sitting down with someone to get a quote on your project within the next 7 days? Yes or no? If no, we ignore those leads because they're not going to be useful to you. For the folks that say yes, those are the only ones that go ahead through. So when they say yes, they have the right scope, the right timeline, the right budget, and they want an estimate. We drop them into our follow-up automation system. This is what helps us turn those leads into booked appointments. Once a lead comes in, they enter into our system. They get followed up in multiple ways. Firstly, through our human appointment setters, who physically start calling them to book them into an appointment for you. If they can't get a hold of them, we also send out SMS, emails, and voicemails on your behalf. These explain to them who you are and point them towards your Google reviews. They say, hey, we noticed that you're interested in an estimate. When's a good time for that appointment? We also give them the ability to go ahead and book an appointment. So we have all these systems working on your behalf to get as many into appointments as we can that are qualified, that have the intent, that have the right scope and size and budget, so that you can have a salesperson sit down with them, give them an estimate, and convert some of them into sales. So all of that comes into play to bring you your booked appointments. Some things to keep in mind. We do everything month to month, no long-term contracts, because we want to make our money when you make money. In our first month, we have a lot of setup, so we won't make much money. In your first month, your appointments will start to come in. You'll close some, but you won't get all your money straight away. You'll see the system is working for you, but it's more in the second and third months and following that you start to make money. That's when we start to make money too. So we don't do long-term contracts. We're confident in our system. We give you the freedom to leave at any time. We want to make money as you make money. Secondly, we have our exclusivity policy. Basically, this means if we're running ads for you in your city, we will not run the same sort of ads for one of your competitors in the same area. We generally do a 20-mile radius, though it's flexible and we can go wider if you need to. So if you have a competitor down the road, they approach us and want to work with us, they can't. We tell them we already have a client in that area. We won't work against you, only for you. In addition to all that, we have our guarantee, which is pretty basic. If we don't book you 60 new bathroom remodeling appointments in the first 2 months, we'll refund your fees. Nice and simple, nothing complicated. So let's just recap what you are getting. We have our YouTube and Facebook ad system that attracts people in, qualifies them through, pulls them into our pre-appointment project assessment tool, which further qualifies for timeline, scope, and budget of a project. Then finally, we drop them into our automated follow-up and our appointment setting team. They get them into appointments for you and your sales team. In addition to that, those systems work really well, but we like big wins and we like quick wins. So we have 2 things we add to this to drive quick wins and build up your brand reputation. Number 1, we focus on your brand reputation. We run a simple Google review campaign. It's a basic campaign where we get in touch with your past customers who love what you do. We encourage them to put reviews on Google so that when people see your ad and search for you, they're seeing your best foot forward. Typically, that campaign does between 30 and 50 Google reviews very quickly. In some cases, if your customer list is very big, it could be as much as 100+ reviews. So that's just purely to get your brand reputation looking phenomenal right off the bat. Then, we want quick wins. So we'll run our project reactivation campaign. So any old leads that you have of folks you've given estimates to in the past that might have gone cold, we're going to hit them up and basically get them on the phone with our appointment setters. We say, hey, you got this estimate before, are you still interested? If so, we can go ahead and book you in for an appointment. We want to convert as many of those folks into appointments as possible. So that way you're just slammed solid in the first month, so you have the biggest opportunity to make a lot of sales. We want you to get quick wins, because at the end of the day, if you're making money, then we're making money. We also have an additional bonus, which is the ability for you to actually get paid by us to run your campaign for you, which is our referral program. So after a month or so, when you realize that our work is good quality and you start to tell others about us, then every single person you refer to us that comes in and becomes a client for this system, we actually pay you $350 every single month that they remain a client. So that means if you bring us just 5 folks who you've talked to about the awesome results we're getting for you, and they want to get started, then you could be earning another $21,000 per year. The more referrals, the more you can earn. So let's kind of circle all that together. You have the initial system, bringing them in, qualify them through the ads, getting them further qualified through the project assessment tool, dropping them into our automation system, and getting our appointment setters to book them into appointments for you. Then we have our quick wins. We amp up your brand reputation with your Google reviews campaign, then massively stack you up with appointments with your reactivation campaign. All that we focus on getting done very quickly in the first couple of weeks. Then you have the opportunity to actually have us pay you to be a client over time. So how much does all this cost? The more important question is, how much profit will I make with this? What sort of return on investment will this give me? Typically, we find that our clients close, at the low end, 5 to 7 projects for every 30 appointments. 30 appointments is our minimum for our standard package. That's what we guarantee. But you may well end up booking 40 or more appointments and closing even more jobs. If that's too many projects, then with a lower ad spend, we could aim for a guaranteed 15 appointments a month instead of 30. Or with a higher ad spend, we could aim for a guaranteed 60 appointments a month. Either way, the cost will involve some ad spend plus our management fee. If you're interested in finding out, book a call using the link below this video and choose the pricing level that's best for your business. I can't give you an exact price because that will depend on what level you choose. But if you're the sort of person who says, I'm happy to spend, for example, $3,000 or more a month if I know that I'm going to make $10,000 or $20,000 or more in profit, then this will be a good system for you. If that makes financial sense to you, then give us a call and we'll talk through the numbers. If that doesn't make sense, you might prefer to talk with us about one of our other strategies. This system works well for people who want to grow and who know that the right investments can bring significant growth. If you want to go ahead, these will be the next steps. Book a phone call with us using the link below to finalize your pricing level. We'll send you a contract to sign, which includes our guarantee. Once that is signed back to us with your payment details, we'll email over a timeline to get to the launch call, as well as send over a few questions that you need in order to set up your system. When we get those back, we'll start building. We'll coordinate the launch call, then we'll go live within about 10 days. And we'll start booking your new appointments. Thanks for listening. Feel free to book a call for any questions. Looking forward to talking to you soon.